Welcome back to Mac Talks of Football, and Borussia Dortmund have lost again. Mainz at 3-1. It was quite a comprehensive win for Mainz, and another disappointing day and performance for Nuri Sahin's men, and their title challenge is quite quickly falling about. So let's go ahead and talk about it. I mean, it was quite a bad game of football, if I'm being very honest with you. I'm not it was not something exciting. There was nothing spectacular in that game. It was, if even though there were 4 goals in that game, it was still quite a boring game, if I'm being very honest with you. I think there were so many misplaced passes. There were so many bad tackles in that game. It just fell flat the entire game. And the funny thing is that we had 4 goals in that game, but still the pace of that game was really slow. It was not really up to the mark that you expect from a Bundesliga team game, especially when you have teams like Dortmund and Mainz, who both like to play attacking football playing. I think it was a very quite flat and a boring game, if I'm being very honest with you. Borussia Dortmund, like I said before the game, that this is sort of a must-win game for them. They have already fell behind quite a lot for the two teams at the top if they really want to challenge for the title. But they are also sort of falling behind from these teams fighting in the Champions League places. And Dortmund at the moment, it is not really looking good for them, if I'm being very honest with you. And this game again, I don't know what Nuri Sahin does. Like his team plays very good for a 15-20 minute spell, and then they go out. And that's what's happening throughout this season, and it happened in this game as well. They started very good. They started bright and early. They were the team that was making the moves. That were creating the chances early on. But then again, like, I don't know what happens to their mind, and they just score one good attack, one good move from Mainz, and they automatically become ultra defensive, and that in the end resulted in them came back to bite them, and a very stupid challenge by Emre Can. And when you are sort of you change the way that you are playing, it is going to have a side effects. They somehow come back and they start to play their defensive mode, and Mainz take advantage of that. They start to come into the game and they start attacking, and they go ahead and Emre Can, what are you doing? Like, how many years he has played a professional football, goes along with that, starts high, they makes the tackle, and of course it's a straight red card. You cannot on first glance, I really did not think it was a first it was a red card. I thought it was gonna be turned over by a VAR, but when they showed the action, the replay, it was quite clear that it was a red. Like, very simply, it was a red, and Dortmund are reduced to 10 men. And of course it is then Lee himself that who goes ahead and scores the first goal. Quite a simple goal, easy goal to score. It becomes a 1-0, but 2-3 minutes later, and Borussia Dortmund get a lifeline. Lee is the one scoring a goal, then to giving away a penalty. That was quite a soft penalty, if I'm being very honest. You could see from a mile away that Gareth is looking for it. Like, he's just he has taken the ball and basically standing, not really moving, and he's waiting for that Lee to make that tackle, and Lee obliges for some weird reason why he's making that tackle. He gives away the penalty. It was a very soft penalty, but it was a penalty. Gareth himself steps up and scores that penalty. What a penalty that was. There was no way that was going to get saved. It becomes a 1-1. And you sort of think that Dortmund might be able to play it out, because they've been good defensively if they want to, but they were not that. I don't know what is happening at Dortmund, because it was quite a poor performance from them. Mainz, they continue to attack. It was sort of a setback for them, but they came back into the game. I would give a lot of credit to Mainz. Today they played like they started the game as an underdog, but the more the game went, they came into the game and they started making those moves. I would still say the game was not really that good, and Mainz were not really that spectacular, but the fact is Dortmund were abysmal in that game, so it made Mainz look a lot better than them. And that second goal, I think that was a great goal, a great counter attack, 3-4 passes and directly into the net, and Dortmund have no answer to that. It becomes 2-1 right at the end of first half, and that, for me, that was, and I really did not think Dortmund was gonna come back, and that's what happened. And the second half was basically the same, if I'm being very honest with you. It was quite slow paced. Dortmund really did not have that empty in their attack. They did not have that edge to it today. They were so slow. Mainz, they really did not need to do anything in the second half. They basically sat back and they had a lot of possession in that second half, and they really did not create a lot. They just wanted to hold on to that lead, and they basically sat back and tried to hit Dortmund on the counter attack. And even though they had a lot of possession, and they get that third goal, and that it was curtains for Borussia Dortmund. They really did not create that much. There was no way for them to come back into that game, and Mainz in the end win it. Huge 3 points for Mainz. I mean, they did not really expect that they would have gotten 3 points in such an easy way, but they got it. It was a good performance from their perspective. They beat Borussia Dortmund at their home quite convincingly, quite comprehensively. Not a big problem for them. So important for them. Dortmund, on the other hand, it is a big problem now. I said before in the prediction as well that it is a must-win game, and they have not really won that game, and the performance is not really good. They are not playing that good as well in the Bundesliga. Like they are so inconsistent. And if you want to fight for the title, if you want to fight for those Champions League places, you cannot be that inconsistent. We need to remember, even last year they came into the Champions League because they were the finalists. Like that was the reason that they came in. Their performances are not that good, and it is gonna, I think this season it is not gotten any better. Nuri Sahin was, in my opinion, a great pick to become the manager of Borussia Dortmund, because he has played a lot, majority of football there. He has been their manager. He has managed the under 21, but now in the big job, I don't think he has been able to cope with it. His team is not really doing that good. He doesn't really have ideas in the game, and I think the questions need to be asked now for regarding Nuri Sahin, that whether he is up for the job. People are going to say it's quite early, and I think I agree it is quite early, but still, like you cannot have this much inconsistency if you are a Borussia Dortmund manager, if you are a Borussia Dortmund team who before the season start, a lot of us expected to be in that title picture, but at the moment it is not really looking good for them, and they really need to hope that after the international break they can go on a good run of a good run of games where they win a majority of them, and that can somehow bring them back into the title picture or even the Champions League places. I keep on saying that they are not just out. Their title picture for me is basically, if I'm being very honest, I think it is really hard for them to come back into that. But the way how how tight the league is, they might easily come back in. But the problem for them is those Champions League places, because there are so many teams fighting to get into it. I think the top 8, it is very tough at the moment. So Borussia Dortmund cannot afford to lose any more points. After the international break, they really need to take a good look hard at it themselves. They need Nuri Sahin needs to work out a way to win those games. Winning games like today is very important and crucial if you are looking to go into those European places or even try to fight for the title. But today, again, quite a disappointing performance, even though they were down to 10-1, and they cannot use this excuse, because even before going down to 10-1, there was nothing really good happening from their side. They were not really creating that many good chances. So it's not like that them going to down to a 10-man effective performance. They were bad before that as well. Mainz, on the other hand, as I said, a great win and a huge 3 points. That this would help them to create a bit of space between them and the teams under below. They really don't want to be get dragged into that relegation scrap. They would hope that they can easily stay away from that and finish the season without any headache. That is it from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, what you thought about Dortmund's performance. What's your views on Nuri Sahin as a manager? Do you think he has what it takes to manage a Dortmund, or do you think that was a wrong appointment? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 450 subscribers by the end of November, so please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.